Back Truth Seeker. I want to address this criticism. It's one I often receive. Robin W. writes, "You can make math go into any direction you want to. It's an observation I've made over many years. Different people, different numbers. I choose to have a direct relationship with the Creator Almighty. His numbers never fail." So she's right. People can manipulate numbers. Statistics can be used to prove anything. What's different about my research is I am always on point. And I don't twist numbers and I don't manipulate numbers. I show very, very repetitive patterns that are undeniable unless you don't have a brain and unless you can't differentiate between truth and fiction and twisting and honest presentation. Now look here. Here's a story I covered recently. 119 biblical sheep sent over from Israel. 119 Jacob sheep. And this story came at a time in the media, at the same historic time that there was this burning of Tennessee. And part of that story was 119,000 acres of land were burned in 8 states, including Tennessee. And at Dolly Parton's ranch, they recovered a piece of the King James Bible. And the page they recovered, this was a national news story, was Joel 1:19. You could make out what Joel 1:19 said. "O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured pastures of the wilderness," yada, yada, yada. What are the odds? And the thing is, it was recovered from the King James Bible. In Gematria, just using the alphabetic order, King James Bible equals 119. Now here's authentic research. King James's right-hand man was said to be Francis Bacon, who was a practitioner of this code of Kabbalah and letters and numbers. He even had a cipher in the English language named after him, where lowercase letters and uppercase letters have different values. This is called research. This is called presenting the facts. But anyway, this story is that this page was recovered at Dolly Parton's ranch from the King James Bible 119, Joel 119, and then you look at Dolly Parton's birthday and it's January 19th. Okay, that's not twisting numbers. That's taking what's presented to you and finding out a very clear pattern. And then these stories just coming days apart, and also coming just days after Donald Trump was announced as the 45th president-elect, the same man who in 2009 did a commercial for Serta mattresses talking to sheep on pillars, numbers 11 and 9. 11 and 9. There's no manipulation. There's no twisting. This is taking what's presented and looking at it all, through a lens. Next thing you know, Donald Trump has headlines about being the first Jewish president. And then he's over in Israel for Jerusalem Day. Donald in Jewish Gematria sums to 119. What are the odds of this commercial? Him dressed up in the same suit he wore for election night, talking about born to be for the job. Announced as the president on November 9th, the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. What are the odds of him talking to sheep number 9, this commercial coming out in 2009, and him saying, "Looking good, number 9, looking good." And then when mathematically, when you add 1 through 9 together, it sums to 45. Just like how Holy Bible in Gematria equals 45 and it's 9 letters. And this knowledge is biblical. Where's the twisting? This is taking fact and presenting it. Looking at undeniable patterns and presenting it. I don't see where there's any twisting of what I'm doing. I don't know how anyone could look at any of this and say this is twisting. This is recognizing an obvious pattern. Intelligence is pattern recognition largely. Here's another pattern. I've been talking about this thing with Israel and 119 for years and picking up on these patterns. Last night, Monday Night Football. This game on the West Coast, it was about 10 p.m., a little after 10 p.m. when this happened. That means on the East Coast where 9/11 happened, it was September 11th, the date written 11/9. And the earlier game on Monday Night Football was a big story for New York. Sam Darnold by the numbers. We'll just skip it. Already covered it. But they made sure to get sure that the TV audience saw this. A woman with her holding up a bottle of water, and go back and watch the game if you recorded it. They showed this for between 10 and 15 seconds. This woman holding up this bottled water up for Todd Gurley with the Star of David right on her arm. You think they did that as a coincidence when it's September 11th on the East Coast? Star of David 119, alphabetic order, Orthodox 119, Ashkenazi Jews. You know, this is just called common sense. That's what this is called, common sense. This code of letters and numbers is from Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. You know, where's the twisting? These are facts. This is reporting the facts. You know? You think it's a coincidence that September 11th equals 77, World Trade Center 77, and on September 11th, Flight 77 hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon 77 minutes after taking off on the 77th meridian? Is that twisting the facts, or is that taking what's presented and making greater meaning out of it? You know? Why don't you turn on the documentary Four Blood Moons about Jewish history and how there'd be no United States of America without the Jews? Judaism 77, Zionist 77. You think it's a coincidence for this game where they did this same ritual with the Star of David on the wrist? You think it's a coincidence that they had number 77 mic'd up all night and the camera on him all night? Darnold, the youngest QB to start in 68 years, is named Darnold equals 68 for the New York Jets. Broadway Joe won the Super Bowl for the Jets in 68, their only Super Bowl. Same year 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. Same year World Trade Center construction began. Same year George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. From his birthday, July 6th to September 11th, a span of 68 days. Is that a pattern? Or is that twisting the facts? You know, there's no twisting. I don't have to twist anything. All I have to do is present what is and point out how the things that I've already pointed out 1,000 times keep repeating by the same patterns, which is what I've been doing. That's why when you read my book, which was released months ago, and you recognize what's happened in the news since, it's all the same exact patterns. You know? So Robin, you know, I get tired of listening to these religious people who just think they just like got it all. You know? She's probably waiting for the return of Jesus, not realizing that the Bible's been manipulated and Jesus is the spiritual light within all of us. You know? It's a problem with this society. Everyone thinks they know everything. Think everything's a coincidence. Here, I'll give you another coincidence. Donald Trump, House of Cards, hit TV show about the White House and the presidency. In cards, there's the Trump card. Now, what's the name of the president in House of Cards? His name's Francis, and his last name's Underwood. Francis and Underwood. Underwood's also 119, just like Francis. These are our 4 base ciphers. Some people say this is manipulating, but to me, this is recognizing that this is absolutely the code. Notice Francis is 47. Notice Underwood's 47 as well. These are base ciphers. What happens when you write out Trump? 47. He was in the 47 Midtown Hilton Hotel the night of the election. You know, what happens when you write out President? 47. 4 base ciphers. DC 47. White House 47. Government 47. Authority 47. Republican 47. Democrat 47. The Republican Party came out of the Whig Party 47. All roads lead back to Rome. Caesar 47. You know? Washington, D.C. was laid out by a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason from France, L'Enfant. France 47, 47 degrees on the Freemason compass. That's a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation. 47. What's this nation's birthday? 4-7, nation founded by Freemasons. Israel recognized as a nation in 47. You see, where is the twisting? I'm not twisting anything. I'm taking you the facts and showing you what's been done. You know? How about go look at September 11th? Go look at Building 7, 47 floors tall, each floor 47,000 square feet. They blamed it on Osama bin Laden, 47. Building 7 was 47 floors tall. Buildings 1 and 2 were 110 stories tall. Keep in mind, when I began teaching about this, I didn't know about reverse gematria, so I looked at that for years. Buildings 1 and 2, 110 stories tall. Building 7, 47 floors tall. You know, those were the types of things I started to recognize in 2013. These were the only 2 ciphers I knew. And I said, is there something to this? You know? And then we built and we observed. We never twisted. We just took the facts and looked honestly. So, Robin W., your mistake is comparing me to other people from the past. See, that's called generalizing. That's called making assumptions. That's called not doing your homework thoroughly. You know? That's just like how in Major League Baseball, nobody bats 400, except for when a guy comes around and does bat 400. Unprecedented. That's what I am. So don't compare me to anything you've ever seen in your life, because there's nothing like me. Never has been. And I won't say there never will be, because actually the truth is in history, people usually come along and improve on what others have done before them. You know, just like there were great truth tellers before me. But I'll tell you what, I've never seen anybody in this world tell as many truths as I have. I've never seen anybody expose as much darkness as I have. I've never seen anybody connect as many dots as I have. I've never seen anybody call as much about the future as I have. You know? Did Robin let everybody know last year, all year, that the weekend of Yom Kippur we were going to see the biggest false flags in September 11th? And then what happened? The shooting in Las Vegas, the weekend that I told everybody to circle all year long. That's why they deleted my channel. I had too many videos up on that weekend and what was going to happen. That's why I got deleted June of 2017. That's why I came back and made a video about it and got deleted the same day. Came back and made another video, got deleted 3 days later. Came back and got another video deleted. That's why I've been deleted 20 times. Not because I twist the facts, but because I expose too much. So, we'll leave it there for Robin W. and all the other critics. I've never twisted anything. I've never misrepresented anything. I've just found a pattern that keeps repeating again and again. That's why I said let's start a What is 47 campaign, and since then there's been 1,000 new incidents of 47. And there'll be 1,000 more before the year's over. Probably 10,000 more, because they do it every single day, 100 times over all across the world. Till next time, Truth Seeker.